guys, welcome to Manchester United. Welcome to another video. And Barcelona 1, Athletic Club 0. And let's discuss this game, because in hindsight this might look very similar to the game that we had against Sevilla just a few days ago. But there is a big difference in why I think this was a much better Barcelona performance. And it's not only that we got the result over the line, because that was really important at the end of the day. At this moment in time, the result right now is what matters. If you tell me that we're going to win our remaining games 1-0, all of them, I would completely take it. It's something that at this moment in time, if we want to have a chance of La Liga, we need to win all our remaining games. And this was a much needed step to do so. But also because we need to analyze what the game brought us. What was the setup of the game? How did it develop? How was our way of playing? And what I have to say is that just like Sevilla, this game was very similar in the sense that during the first half an hour, I think that Barcelona were pretty good. Actually, in the first half an hour, I think the game was very entertaining and both teams were playing with their weapons. Athletic Bilbao sending the ball up top for Iñaki Williams to go hunt it every single time, seeing as that strategy was going to be the one that they chose. And for our side, we chose to play more with the ball, but also in quick transition with Lionel Messi, try to make a difference. I have to say that during the first couple of minutes, we were, I think, a bit more dominant, but then we died off. But before we continue talking about the game, let's talk about lineups and then we'll go ahead and continue talking about this game. Barcelona opted to go with Marc André ter Stegen, Semedo, Piqué, Lenglet and Alba in defense. Midfield trio of Sergio Busquets, Artur and Arturo Vidal. And up top we had Lionel Messi, Antoine Griezmann and Luis Suarez. While Athletic Bilbao opted to go with Unai Simón in net, Oscar de Marcos, Unai Núñez, Geray Álvarez and Valenciaga in defense. Midfield double of Unai López and Mikel Vesga. A trio of Sanset, Iñigo Córdoba, Íñigo Leque, and on top they had Iñaki Williams. And let's analyze this game, because first of all, a bunch of players rested from Athletic, seeing as they have already a very small group of players, because their philosophy, they had pretty much played the same 11 with little changes throughout the first couple of games. So I can understand Guy Garitano opting to go with a more rotated side. Definitely an advantage for us. But I think Athletic, the game plan that they set up was the exact one that they needed, and is the one that's caused us so many problems. And I think that's where the difference between here and Sevilla is. That for one, we are much more intense. We are playing with much more intensity, with much more urgency. We were intense. We were a little bit more electric during the first half an hour before the break. And that's where I think that the analysis needs to fall on. That Athletic played well, played their style, and this was a game just like a Champions League match, where we needed to suffer. We needed to get a result over the line, and we need to suffer in these kind of games. And we did. We got over the line. We held Athletic to another clean sheet. And it's going to be really important for us to keep doing things like this. There's a difference between being patient and being slow. Against Sevilla, we were slow. Against Athletic, we were patient. We were holding them off. And I know that as Barcelona, you might think that who is Athletic next to Barcelona? Athletic is a team that we haven't beaten this season. We faced them twice and lost twice against them. So they're a team that's cost us always a lot of problems. They're a team that is always going to be very difficult to beat. And thanks to our players giving their role, I think it was pretty good. Let's go to a rundown of what happened. First of all, I think we can say that to a point we were fortunate to not concede a goal. But on the other hand, Athletic didn't have many chances during this game, considering that they didn't even have shot on target during the whole game. Semedo, continuing his good run of form, played really well today. Same Jordi Alba, Lenglet and Piqué were a bit faster today. We're, you know, a bit more focused, and I think we can say that for pretty much all the other players. Arturo Vidal was all right. I mean, he did increase his level of intensity in the latter stages of the game. Busquets today I thought was really good. He has gotten a yellow card and he'll be missing that game against Celta Vigo a little bit later this week. Artur, I thought in the first half an hour was really good, going back to being one of his best performances. I think that water break for some reason seems to be a problem for us. I don't know if it's because the players lose focus, lose concentration, but the intensity died down, and in consequence Artur kind of disconnected out of the game, and we saw that hinder us during the remainder of him staying on the pitch. Messi trying a lot, really good in dribbling wise, and Suarez was a bit off target today, I have to say, but at least he was more alive. He was running more. He was, you know, causing problems for defenders. Griezmann was pretty decent for the first 10 minutes, but then he died off, as he's made us used to time and time again. The one criticism that I would give Messi and Suarez in this game was that this is not Monopoly. Like, them two only seem to have eyes for each other. Like, unless you have no other options, it seems like you're either gonna look to do it on your own or look for the other. Like, it's something that it's hindering us. Like, we're playing with a hand tied with our back, and it's very difficult to play like that. If you have an open man, use him. Whether he's Ansu Fati, whether he's one of the midfielders, whether he's Griezmann, like whoever it is, you have to look for him because he's a partner of yours, and if he's open, you have to pass him the ball. Like, I understand that Messi has capabilities of, you know, shining on his own, but if your teammate is right there next to you and you can use him so the team can benefit from it. Other than that, I thought that the performance was pretty decent. Halftime came in, and I thought that for the first 10 minutes we were kind of struggling, more like the last 15 of the first half. But then Quique Setién transformed into Quique Setién from Ernesto Setién of the last game, and went ahead and brought out Riqui Puig. And look at what happened. He changed the game. Riqui Puig was absolutely spectacular in this game. Not that he did anything too special, but the thing that he did that we needed was he added electricity, he added intensity, he added, you know, belief. And that is something that these kind of players add us. Like, they intend to do things differently. His passes going forward, breaking lines, were really good, connecting with Messi, connecting with Arturo Vidal, just taking a lot of good decisions. Overall, the performance of Riqui Puig is exactly what we needed, and this is the kind of things that we need. When you have players like Arturo, De Jong, Arturo Vidal, Rakitic, that, you know, don't take that last step to change the game, that are a bit too conservative. Bringing in players like Riqui Puig is going to be able to change the game around in our favor. And the other changes that Setién did was Ansu Fati for Griezmann and Rakitic for Busquets. I thought Rakitic today was also very good. Obviously, he got the more important goal. Very good performance from Rakitic, and I have to say that it is good to see Rakitic score his first goal of the season. In their interview, the post game, he said that he was kind of like mad with himself that it took him so long to get a first goal of the season. And it's good that so far Rakitic, since coming back from the break, has been alright in some games, but this past 2 games he's been really consistent, very good, and I think that he's earning his spot. With Frankie de Jong injured, I think Rakitic is earning his spot as one of the stars when the big games come around. Overall, really good performance. Ansu Fati again, not that he did much, but added electricity, and coupled with Riqui Puig, added some much needed energy, and Quique Setién recognized that in the post-match interview, which it was obvious. It was exactly what we needed against Sevilla. We needed people to, you know, not only do things on their own, but make everyone around them have the same intensity, the same amount of energy. Something that we desperately needed. Lastly was Martin Breve for Suarez to give a rest. I thought that you would have given Messi a rest, but I guess that they've opted to go with the route of just giving Messi self-regulation. I wouldn't be surprised if Messi's going to be benched against the Celta Vigo game. I think it's away from home at Balaídos, so that might not be the best game to bench him, but considering that we have a really important clash against Atletico Madrid after, I think that benching against Celta Vigo, trying to hold them off, and seeing what happens in the second half, I think is going to be the best option for us. Otherwise, Messi is at a serious risk of getting an injury, although to a point, I guess believing in Messi to just self-regulate himself is not the worst thing in the world either. But with a lot of things considered, this was, I think, a much better performance. Not the best performance ever, but it was an improvement. I think that you have to consider the fact that Athletic played well, and that them pushing us to our limit, it's very, very difficult. Any game against Athletic is always a game that you're going to suffer. Don't expect to batter them, because it's an anomaly that happens. It's always very difficult. They have a lot of energy, a lot of belief. They all go for one game out and game in, so it's very important that we got the 3 points. We put pressure on Real Madrid for the next game, and let's hope that they can drop points and we can recover the lead. But anyways, with that said and done, leave me your opinions about this game. What did you think about the changes today, of Piqué at the end, of the players? Who do you think was the man of the match? Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one. Blaugranas.